Gear is a little bit complicated because there's a lot of things going on, and there's certain features that we currently don't have unlocked yet that are going to be unlocked in a few days. I'm going to show you everything you need to know, so don't worry about all that. Now, the way the regular rarities work is all you're doing is feeding one piece of gear to another to increase its star count. And then once it goes ahead and it gets to the maximum star count, so let's say we have a green 3-star ring and we add more gear into it to upgrade it, it will then become a blue 1-star. So the best and easiest way to do that is just with the quick craft. There's really no special tricks for that because all the like regular gear, just do quick craft and you're just going to instantly upgrade it to the next rarity, to the next star, so on and so forth. The only one that really matters is going to be the red gear. The red gear is going to be very important, and I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes later on in this video, because the red gear has to do something with your legendary gear once you get that. The most common way to get this regular green, purple, orange, and red gear is going to be if we head on over to the wilderness, we go to the Dragon Spine Tower. This is the most common place you're going to get this gear. You see, after we complete this level, I'm going to get some red gear. You can also go to the tower support and you can buy these packs for different things of gear. I'm currently on the one where we can spend 4,000 diamonds to get legendary gear. Now, currently for my progress in my server, I'm in server 1. We do not have the ability to go ahead and start crafting legendary gear yet. It's coming up soon in a few days. So this, spending 4,000 diamonds, is going to kind of give you instant legendary gear, as opposed to like spending real money would be another way you can get legendary gear. But right now, currently, we cannot craft it just yet. This I'm holding off on. I don't think this is worth it. I think you should just wait. I believe it's like, what is it, day 8 or 9 of your server being open is when you'll get access to actually craft the legendary gear. So the next thing is going to be, well, how do we get legendary gear? The first most important thing is to note the adventure port. In this area, we're going to go down and you're going to have this thing called the Ancient Sanctuary, and it's going to open up. Depending on how new your server is, it opens up a few days after your server. This just opened for us, so I think this was like, what, day 4 this opens and becomes available. And what this does is it's just kind of like this little adventure mode where you go through this like little tower and you go through these different stages defeating enemies, and you're going to get a lot of really good rewards. If you take a look in the top right corner, now some of these items like the ancient crystal, this is going to be used in the arcane furnace to help you go ahead and get legendary gear. You're going to have access to these items before the arcane furnace is even unlocked in your server. So just keep that in mind. The game gives you kind of like a head start on this. So you're going to have a bunch of this just laying around and you're not going to be able to use it until the arcane furnace opens up. From there, if we head on over to our city, it's going to be in the arcane barrier. It's not going to show up right now, but it will show up eventually. And a good way to check how many days you have to wait, go to your city, go to your backpack, then go to that item. So this, the ancient crystals, then click use, and it'll tell you how many days you have left before that feature becomes available. Now, I already got one piece of legendary gear, and that was from the 7-day event. So everyone's gonna get one of these swords right here, this judgment sword. Everyone's gonna get it from just completing the events. And this is what a legendary piece of gear looks like. It's kind of like rainbowy. It's got like purple, pink, all these different colors going on with it. We have an attack number with a percentage. The blessing effect is basically like our substats that we have the ability to re-roll. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we have our set bonus or our set skills. Once we have 2 pieces equipped, we'll get this special set bonus, which is called Assault. And then once we have 4 pieces equipped, we will get this bonus called Might. There's 3 different types of legendary gear. This first one, the Judgment, this is going to be your attack set. The next set is going to be the Goddess of Protection. I believe this is the defensive one. So you're going to put this on stuff like your tanks or like your supporting characters. It's just like a defensive set. And then this one, the Goddess of Devotion, is the healing set. Now let's go over how to upgrade our legendary gear. We're going to click Enhance. It's going to take us to this area. So we have a few different things we can do. We have our enhancement. We have our blessing, which is like our substat that we can re-roll for. And then in the bottom right corner, you're gonna see that it's grayed out. It's gonna say imbue your soul. And if we click on it, it says unlock at refine phase 2. So basically you have to kind of get this to level 100, which will then give it like 1 star and basically like level limit break it. And then once you unlock this imbue soul, this is where the red gear comes into play, because in order to do the imbue soul, you're actually going to need a 1 star red piece of gear. If you do not have an exact red piece of gear that is only 1 star, you will not be able to do this with your legendary piece of gear. So if you have a bunch of red gear that's 2 or 3 or 4 stars, even 5 stars, you're going to be screwed. For our enhancement, you're going to need these different enhancement crystals, and you can see that we can get these from the Ancient Sanctuary. All of the materials you need for your legendary gear is found through that Ancient Sanctuary game mode. All you're going to do is use these crystals to level up your legendary gear, and as you go ahead and do it, it's going to increase the main stat. So for this instance, I have mine at level 81, and currently this is what my attack is looking like. You should go ahead and immediately just throw all of your crystals into your Judgment Sword. If you're free to play, then this is what yours should look like. You're basically going to have the Judgment Sword as your very first legendary from that 7-day event. And then from doing that Ancient Sanctuary for the first time, once it unlocks, you're going to get a bunch of these intermediate enhancement crystals. Just go ahead, use them all to upgrade, and it should be around like 81. So we're not quite there yet to go ahead and get like our first star on it and then start doing the imbue soul as well. So it's going to take a little bit before we even get to that point. Upgrading your legendary gear is extremely expensive with your gold coins. This like eats up your coins like crazy, going ahead and doing the enhancement and then the refine phase, and just it's very, very costly with your gold. So you want to be careful about how you use it early on. Don't go wasting a bunch of your gold in that daily shop buying like useless items. We head on over to our blessing. This is our substat area, and we're gonna have 2 different ones that we can go ahead and kind of re-roll for. If we click where it says go to blessing, it's gonna open up this area. We're gonna need this little like white dust right here. You see at the bottom right. Again, that's a material that you're gonna get through the Ancient Sanctuary, and all you're gonna do is click blessing, and one of these cards are gonna flip over, and it's gonna give you a new random re-roll. It could be attack, it could be HP. There's a bunch of different things. If we click on the little hourglass icon, you can see we got HP, attack, another HP one, and defense. Right now, these are the ones that could show up: Divine Blessing, Roots, Wild Nature, or the Resilience. Once you go ahead and you start doing this a lot and you get it up to a level 10, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to unlock the Divine Punishment, which is now going to give you the reroll options of a possible attack percentage. So as you kind of level this up, it's going to give you access to better rerolls. Currently, my blessing level is a level 4. So every time you do one of these blessings, it's going to increase its level a little bit. And then once you get it to level 5 and 6 and 7, 8, you can see the difference. Once we get it to level 15, we'll unlock the Divine Wrath, which is going to give us access to a crit reroll possibility. Early on, you really just kind of want to get them to like level 10 or level 15, depending on what your needs are for the character. Obviously, if you're using like a healer, then it doesn't really matter for their crit or their damage bonus. You would most likely just be happy with like an HP percentage, or if your healer heals based on their attack, then like something like the Divine Punishment for like attack percentage. And then it's the same thing with the other one on the right side. They are 2 separate ones. So this blessing level you'll see is level 4, and then for this one I got this blessing level to 3. So my personal recommendation would be to focus on just getting one up to your desired level first, instead of doing what I did at the beginning. This was kind of a waste, because you can see I got this one up to level 3 now. I could have went and I could have got this up probably an extra 2 levels. This could be like a level 6 now, so I could possibly be a lot closer to unlocking the Divine Punishment than spreading them out between the 2. Also, when you're re-rolling, it can show up as like a level 1, a level 2. It can show up at different level increments, and also sometimes you'll see that when you click a blessing, you'll get a crit hit and it'll go up by like 2 levels. So like for this instance, I have a level 4 Wild Nature. Before, I only had like a level 2, and the only difference is just the stats are lower. So like a level 2, I think I was only getting like around 1,000 or something, and now at the level 4 wild nature, I've got almost 2,000 extra attack points. But the most important thing is to remember not to go ahead and upgrade all of your red gear. Make sure you keep some of those red 1 stars, and then you're gonna need red 2 stars once you have to imbue a level 2, and then level 3, you're gonna need a red 3 star. So just make sure you keep a wide variety of different red gear at different stars. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.